There's been a lot of steam picking up regarding Chris Brown's meet and greets. And of course, I don't need to tell y'all how racy a lot of his meet and greets are. Basically, gals pay $1,000 to him. Yeah, they pay him $1,000 to take a very intimate pose with him. And I say all that to say this is just part of a bigger problem with gals that they be having men at home, or even while they're at home with their man. She might say things about a certain celebrity and admire that celebrity in ways that she doesn't do with her man. So keep in mind, that celebrity doesn't know her, probably would have never met her, nor wanted to meet her. But hey, you got $1,000? Let's do a pose together. And the way you want to pose with me, I'm cool with it. And the crazy part is she'll pose with him, the celebrity, in ways that she would never pose with her man. Now, why do I bring this up regarding a nice guy? Because a lot of times, and I'm just speaking generally, but you might just be nice enough to pretty much accept her compliment about that celebrity. She might say things like, "Ooh, I love him. That's my man," things like that. And it's like, no, she's supposed to be your fan. And I find that very like alarming because overall, I feel that in general, as far as just mistreatment here and there, not acknowledging you as someone that she admired, that says a lot. It should be in the sense of where the way she admires someone like a Chris Brown or a Lil Wayne, she should feel that way about you. So to me, it seems like her getting with men is secondary. And maybe there could be this idea that, yeah, I mean, this celebrity is part of her fantasy, but you are part of her reality. But in reality, you should be able to fulfill her fantasy because had she not met you, what else would have been good for her out there? So I think in perspective that, it might seem nice for her to really like you, but how much does she really like you? Would she like that celebrity over you? How much does it take? Does it take $1,000? So that's something to think about because oftentimes, guys just overall, like I said, they get too nice about it. If she just drools over this celebrity, but she never drooled over you, that could be a big problem. Even upon the fact that, like, you first meeting her, does she really like you like that? It goes back to that. It goes back to if she would do a nice little meet and greet picture with you. Like, does she see you in the way of like she would be your fan, you know? And think about this, like your number one fan. On top of that, like, is she your super fan? Do she really admire you in such a way? This is what I mean by she must be your fan. And in some ways, similar to a fan, like cooling you off too. Yeah, that as well. Because it gets rough out here. Can she cool you off? Or does she always try to keep you hot? You know, have you upset? Have you just all frustrated at times? She must be your fan. I mean, the way she met you, if nothing else, I'm not saying she has to give you celebrity treatment, but there has to be the sense that, dang, she really is feeling you like that. And it's to the point of where any bad day she has with you means nothing. Like the good days, and I guess you can say the good ways, but the good days with you outweigh the bad days because it goes back to how much she likes you. And it goes off this fact that she is your fan. Like it's something about you. And she even supported you to the point of where you probably could possibly become that celebrity one day. I just think that notion needs to change. Like behind closed doors, uh Lois Lane better still be treating Clark Kent like Superman, you know? Bruce Wayne still needs to be treated like Batman. And to be honest, that's something else to talk about because Bruce Wayne, he actually didn't like to call himself Bruce Wayne. He only acknowledged himself as Batman. Nobody knows that though. A lot of people don't know that. Some people know that though. If you in the know, if you know, you know. But yeah, and now you know. So I just think going forward, if you are a certain man, yes, and you are a nice guy, you better be treated like someone like a celebrity in a sense where she is just so excited to be with you and to be around you, especially when you have been very nice to her. In a world where a lot of guys are becoming more nihilistic, they're becoming more dystopian about love, about being with people, like in relationships and things like that. You got a lot of content from guys out here talking on such ideas. There's not a lot of topics concerning love and relationships and family and courtships. So I'm one of the few guys out here still talking in such a vein, but I definitely still do it from out of matrix perspective. I'm not going to necessarily just say red pill at this point because we know a lot of times that has been watered down. But no offense to those who still speak as such, quote, red pill. But over here, I'm just always more out of the matrix perspective, outer space perspective. That's why you see my avatar as an astronaut, right? But yeah, I mean, just to round up everything, you being a nice guy, you being nice, she recognizes your chivalry, all that. She sees that you're definitely a great individual and you should be treated as such. You shouldn't have to find out behind your back. She's paying Chris Brown $1,000 to do little poses with. And she hasn't done nothing like that with you, right? And then on top of that, it's like if you gotta get to the point of doing those things with him, what does that say about me? And that's no pun intended against Chris Brown. I would hope that a lot of those gals are single. But then, yeah, what happens when she meets somebody and I guess trying to get with somebody? And does she tell that guy that she spent $1,000 to do a meet and greet with Chris Brown? Does he find out by just looking on the internet at one of these videos that someone used as a thumbnail and be like, oh, that's such and such. Oh, don't tell me that's my girl. Oh man, we gonna have something to talk about. Thanks a million.